Most therapies give patients sparks, moments of light, a breakthrough in session 3, a realization that feels life-changing. A patient sits across from you and says, "I finally get it. I see what's been holding me back." And in that moment, you both feel it, the spark. But here's what we don't talk about enough. What happens 2 weeks later, a month later? When the spark fades, and it almost always does, patients don't just lose the insight, they lose something far more precious. They lose hope. They start to say things like, "I felt it once, but I can't get back there." Or, "Maybe I'm just not one of the people this works for." This is what I call the integration gap. It's the invisible space between a breakthrough moment and a transformed life. Between a spark and a sunrise. And it's costing our patients everything. Because here's the truth. A spark can illuminate a room for a moment, but only a sunrise transforms the entire landscape. Only a sunrise brings a new day. Neuroscience gives us the answer. When patients have those breakthrough moments, whether it's in ketamine therapy, EMDR, psychedelic-assisted therapy, or even traditional talk therapy, their brains enter what researchers call a critical period of plasticity. Think of it like this. The breakthrough cracks open a window, and for a brief period, days, maybe weeks, the brain is soft, malleable, ready to rewire. But here's the catch. Plasticity isn't permanence. That window closes. And if we haven't done the work to strengthen new neural pathways, to build new patterns, to integrate the insight into daily life, the old patterns snap right back into place. The research is clear. Neuroplasticity without integration is just temporary disruption. It's like tilling soil but never planting seeds. The ground is ready, but nothing grows. And patients? They're left wondering why the magic didn't last. So what does integration actually look like? A sunrise doesn't happen in an instant. It's a process. The sky shifts from black to deep blue, then violet, then gold, each phase building on the last. Real integration is the same. It's the therapist who doesn't just celebrate the breakthrough, but asks, "How will you practice this when you're triggered next week?" It's the clinic that builds support systems between sessions, journaling protocols, peer integration circles, somatic practices that help patients embody what they've learned. It's the practitioner who understands that insight is the beginning, not the end. Because transformation doesn't happen in a single moment of clarity. It happens in 1,000 small moments of consciously choosing differently. Integration is how we turn "I felt it once" into "I live it now." Here's where I want to challenge you. Any clinic can deliver sparks. In fact, most do. Patients have powerful experiences all the time. That's not what separates the good from the great. What separates pioneers from providers is this. Do you see yourself as a keeper of sparks or a steward of sunrises? Keepers of sparks celebrate the moment. They're thrilled when patients have breakthroughs, and then they move on to the next patient, the next session, the next spark. But stewards of sunrises? They understand that their real work begins after the breakthrough. They don't just open the window of neuroplasticity, they build the scaffolding that helps patients climb through it. They don't just illuminate, they transform. This is the reason you were called to serve mankind in this fashion, as a clinician and mental health worker. And the patients, they don't just feel better for a week, they become different people. So I'll leave you with this. Patients don't need another fleeting moment of clarity. They don't need more sparks that fade by Tuesday. They need a new dawn. They need practitioners and clinics brave enough to say, "The breakthrough is just the beginning. Now let's build something that lasts." Because the future of healing doesn't belong to those who can create the brightest sparks. It belongs to those who can light the dawn. So ask yourself, will you be a keeper of sparks or a steward of sunrises? The choice is yours, but the sunrise, that's what your patients are waiting for.